All right, let's dive right in. Over the next few minutes, we're going to lay out a really clear, actionable blueprint for all you contractors and small business owners out there who are ready to build something bigger. So if you're looking to go from just hoping for the next job to actually having predictable growth, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get to it. So, let me ask you something. Is your business pretty much running on word of mouth? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great when it works, but you know as well as I do, it can be totally unpredictable, super inconsistent, and it makes it almost impossible to plan for any real serious growth. And look, you're not alone in this. It's a really common story. So many contractors get to a point where they just hit a wall. You're amazing at your trade, no question. But finding a predictable, repeatable way to bring in new work, yeah, that can feel like a constant uphill battle. This whole explainer is designed to give you that system. So, where do we start? We start with the foundation. And no, I'm not talking about pouring concrete here, but something that is just as crucial, your brand identity. Seriously, think of this as the master blueprint for your entire business. So, what in the world is a brand identity really? Well, it's pretty simple. It's just that unique mix of visuals and words. You know, your logo, your company colors, the way you talk to people, that defines who you are as a business. Think about it. A professional identity builds trust with a potential client before you've even had a chance to shake their hand. Here's a great way to think about it. Your brand identity, that's the blueprint. It's the detailed plan, the colors, the whole look and feel. Branding, on the other hand, is the actual construction. It's the day in, day out work of using that blueprint to build your reputation in the real world. You just can't build a solid house without a good plan, right? And these are the key parts of that blueprint. We're talking a professional logo that looks just as good on the side of your truck as it does on an invoice. A specific color palette that people start to recognize. Using the same fonts consistently. Having a clear voice for how you talk to customers. And maybe most important of all, your core principles, your mission and values that guide every single thing you do. Okay, so you've got a solid foundation. Now you need an engine to actually drive this thing forward. This part is all about one thing, getting found by new customers. And not just any customers, the ones who are out there right now actively looking for the exact services you provide. And this quote just nails it. This is why something like SEO, search engine optimization, is such a game changer. You're not interrupting people's day with an ad they don't want to see. You are literally showing up at the exact moment a customer realizes they have a problem and goes looking for a solution. That intent is what makes it an incredibly powerful engine for leads. And, when you stack it up against traditional marketing, the difference is just night and day. Over the long haul, SEO is way more cost-effective. The quality of the leads, it's not even close, because the customer is the one coming to you. And all that means your return on investment isn't just higher, it's something you can actually track and measure. Okay, great, you're thinking, but how do I actually do any of this? Well, here are 5 essential things you can start with. Make sure you're using local keywords on your website, like plumber in Chicago. Optimize your page titles so they're clear and compelling. Add descriptive text to your project photos. Link between related pages on your own website. And, this is a big one, keep your Google business profile completely up to date. Honestly, it's your new digital storefront. Okay, so your engine is running and it's bringing in leads. Fantastic. But that's only half the battle. Now you need a system to actually manage them. This is how you turn a simple phone call or a form submission into a loyal client who calls you back again and again. And that system is called a sales funnel. Now, don't let the fancy marketing terms scare you off. It's really just a structured process that lays out a customer's journey with you, all the way from the moment they first hear your name to the day they hire you, and hopefully beyond. And as a contractor, you already know this journey, even if you don't call it a funnel. First, a customer becomes aware of you. Then, they show interest. They're checking out your website, reading reviews. They move into the consideration phase when they ask for a quote. They take action when they sign on the dotted line. But the real prize, the goal of this whole thing, is that final stage, loyalty. That's where your excellent service turns them into a source for future jobs and even more referrals. So how do you guide people through that funnel without spending every waking minute on your phone or computer? Automated emails are an amazing tool for this. You can set up an automatic welcome email, send out helpful tips, build trust by sharing a great testimonial, make a direct offer, and even ask for a review after the job's done. It's a system that works for you 24/7 in the background. All right, let's recap. We've got the foundation, we've got the engine, and we've got the system. The final piece of the puzzle is the accelerator. This is about taking all those pieces and kicking everything into high gear. It's about mastering the entire business for real, sustainable, long-term success. Because let's be honest, even with a great brand and a ton of leads coming in, your growth can still get stalled by other things. Things like managing cash flow, learning how to lead a team effectively, or just making your day-to-day operations more efficient. These are the bigger hurdles that really separate the businesses that grow from the ones that stay stuck. And this is exactly where getting some expert coaching or advice can make all the difference. Instead of just guessing, you can map specific, proven solutions to your biggest problems. If you're struggling with finances, you focus on cash flow forecasting. If you're facing leadership gaps, you work on strategic thinking. It's all about getting targeted expertise right where you need it most. And if you're sitting there wondering, okay, but is it really worth it? Just look at this number. The average return on investment for business coaching is somewhere between 600 and 788%. That's not just a tiny little improvement. That is a massive financial impact that comes from building a smarter, more strategic, and ultimately more profitable business. When it's all said and done, everything we've talked about really boils down to this one timeless idea from the great Peter Drucker. The purpose of business is to create and keep a customer. That's it. Your brand, your marketing, your sales system, every single part of this blueprint is designed to do exactly that. So, I'll leave you with this final thought. As you look at this entire blueprint we've just walked through, the foundation, the engine, and the system, I want you to ask yourself, what is the one piece you are going to focus on building for your business first? Because whatever your answer is, that's your first real step toward predictable, sustainable growth.